What's going on, guys? It's Luke from the Livecast, and today you're joining me and Casper. That is my phone. Oh my god.
That is one way to start that off.
But anyway, you're joining me with Casper,
Hello, guys.
and this is, I don't know what episode this is, but like 15 of the podcast or something?
Oh, mate, I don't know.
Well, it is whatever like episode this is, and it is currently Monday we're recording this, so we just thought we'd come together, make the podcast. We're doing this like we're grinding this channel out. That's what I'm saying, bro.
2020 has grind you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, the recent growth we've had on the channel from
It's
like
actually been
it's
banging.
been very good in terms of views and likes and stuff, and obviously,
Bro, no bullshit.
yeah,
I looked at our channel. We're at 14 subscribers. Now we're at 20.
we're at 20 now, and like
It's gang shit right there.
today we got a new subscriber, and I know like 20 doesn't sound like a lot, but you think about how long we've been doing this for like the past week, yeah, we've grown quite a
Yep.
fair amount. We have like the social media channels to push and stuff, and like we literally just uploaded the tier video, and it's on 7 views already.
In 19 minutes. Good for a
Yeah.
channel that has 20.
Yeah, exactly. And like when people like and stuff, just like you should like this video right now, it helps the algorithm out so much, and it kind of puts our videos in the limelight for everyone else to see on their recommended or
Yep.
stuff like that. And obviously reacting to hot news and content such as like Power, which I haven't watched yet, kind of all just helps out.
Oh, Power, yeah. Fuck it. I forgot.
I haven't watched it yet,
I
but
was so, I
I
was
was
so,
literally watching it.
I was so busy with my move back to uni yesterday.
Oh yeah,
I
how'd
just
that go?
completely forgot. Yeah, no, I just had to. It was long. Woke up at. I fell asleep at 5 because my schedule was fucked on Sunday. My sleep schedule was fucked, so I fell asleep at 5 o'clock in the morning. My mum woke me up at 9. Bruv, you know what mums are like, yeah? My mum was like, I was like to my mum, what time we gonna start driving to uni?
Hmm.
And she goes, oh yeah, once we've all like slept and had enough sleep and like we're all well rested and stuff. My mum wakes me up at fucking 9 in the morning. Who wakes up at 9
Well
in the morning
rested.
well rested, bro? Fuck off, man. Because she was like, oh, I've had a long week at work, so I want to get some
Fairs.
sleep and stuff. And I was like, cool. 9 o'clock in the morning, wake up, bro. I'm like, so I had to pack yesterday, and then obviously it's like living at uni is a bit long because like you have to just. It's kind of like just living like on the road, kind of like every
Yeah, you're
time I
kind
want
of
to go
going
back to
from place to
my
place.
from my parents like for like a week or whatever. I gotta bring like for a week, like you gotta think about how much shit you gotta bring. Clothes, you gotta bring like shoes, you gotta bring like even like even if you're not bringing a PC like I did with me last time.
Yeah.
I had my PC for Christmas because I was a month.
Oh
But
yeah,
then
you need
like
that.
obviously like I'll still bring my PS4. Like, I gotta do something, and so like it all like adds up in it. And especially now that I was in at home for over a month, I
Yeah.
like for a month I basically had my whole uni room with me back at home. So I just had to like pack it all up, and then so yeah, it's just kind of
Put
my
your
life
life
has
in a
just been
box.
pack up. Yeah, exactly.
Put your
Put my
life in
life
a
in a
box and
box
go.
and go exactly. So yeah, yesterday got back, saw my housemates, which was really good.
Everyone have a good
Uh,
Christmas and stuff.
yeah, everyone's
Yeah.
had an interesting Christmas.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, and obviously, just before you started the podcast, I was gonna tell you, man's on the health grind now. Obviously,
That's what I want to hear.
I started. I'm chefing today. I was in the kitchen chefing, bro.
What was
I
you
made a
making? What was you
risotto
making?
today,
Oh, okay.
bro. Literally, peng. All I did is literally rice,
Yeah.
chicken, and mushrooms.
That's I think that's like the easiest way to get back on the gym grind or like health grinders is food. Like we're talking about this at work today, and going to the gym and working out is like 20%, and 80% of the rest is
Yeah,
food.
is your diet,
And
100%.
people think like you can go to the gym and eat literally whatever you want
Bro,
after. But
I don't.
you shouldn't go to the gym if you're gonna have like a pizza and burger every day after gym, or you're gonna
Exactly.
like,
Like I'm not gonna bother going to the gym and spending money and like wasting all my progress
yeah, exactly.
just so I can have like a meal deal every day or
Yeah,
something.
exactly. Don't work hard if you're not gonna eat hard as well. If you're not gonna eat good, you're not gonna put in.
Like if you're putting in like there's no results if you put in 90%, you
Mm,
110%.
exactly.
That's why I'm now today I had overall today, my whole like variety of food had two whole meal bread slice thingies
Yeah.
with some turkey breast ham
Okay.
and tomato.
Good.
Then
Love tomatoes.
for dinner I had that risotto. So
Mm.
it's literally just rice, chicken, a bit of onion to add the flavor to the chicken.
Yeah.
Um, mushrooms, fry the mushrooms, um fry the mushrooms, the chicken, and the onion, and then just cook your rice and just dash it all in together. I added a bit of curry to add some taste to it as well. Bless.
Need to try some of that, bro.
That's that's it.
Honestly,
That's it. That's just food.
for big
Like
thing for
that's what I'm doing.
2020 is like the health grind, and like I've been going gym for almost 4 years now, and like
Yeah, you mean on the ground.
yeah, exactly. And it took me over a year to see real progress, and people think, oh, how did you not see progress? It one because I wasn't eating good, like I was eating kind of like on the fly, but I was still eating chicken and rice, but I wasn't eating good every day. I was having like chocolate or cereal
Yeah.
at like late at night, and I was in like a bad habit
Yeah,
of
that's
doing
one of
that.
the worst things you could do.
Yeah.
Never like I wasn't hungry,
Mm.
but I still need to get the calories in.
Yeah,
Especially
exactly.
that there's one problem with me, and it's like I have a whole diet plan, right? I've had this
Yeah.
diet plan for ages. Bruv, I don't know if you remember me in year 11, but I was actually kind of skinny in year 11.
Yeah, I think year 11 was the turning point for you. You kind of like put it on towards the end, and then year 12.
Yeah, it was like it all went downhill because it's like what I got to the stage where I was happy, stuff like, oh, you don't like I don't need to diet anymore. But it's not about the diet; it's about what you eat. And then I just let
Yeah,
myself go
exactly.
again.
You know the saying like you are what you eat. It's so
Yeah,
like it's not true to most people, but it's so true for people who go to the gym
yeah,
because if you're gonna have chicken nuggets after gym from McDonald's and think you're gonna make progress in the week,
yeah. And there's no way.
you're gonna make zero progress
You're just
because
cheating yourself. You're just wasting money.
exactly you're wasting your time going to the gym where you could do something possibly more productive, to be fair.
Yeah, 100%.
So
Uh,
sorry, for someone I'll say a quick little point.
yeah,
For someone
yeah,
like me, every weekend I go to like Virgin Active to do the body scan, like the body index thing, so I could
yeah.
check like how much my progress has been, like good or bad, where's my muscle, where's my like whatever throughout the week, and that's it's such a good visual representation of like progress.
Backing up on your point of progress,
Mm,
like you didn't maybe see progress because it's funny enough as it is, like I'm in the other boat, but
yeah,
I can attest, like I know a lot of people. It's like it's even people here at uni, like one of my closest mates here, he's going to gym to build mass and
yeah,
get bigger. And it's like if you're bulking up, I understand it's a lot harder to see progress and stuff when you're going from slim to bigger.
yeah,
Because like what you were saying, it's like, oh, it took me a year to see any even progress.
mm,
For me, it's like it's quite hard. It's like because it's a weird curve when you're overweight.
yeah.
Because it's like at first you don't see anything within like a week or two, which is like the hardest part of the challenge
It's very
because
discouraging, to be fair.
it's very discouraging because you're forcing yourself. It's literally so I it's like diet thing like end of year 10, like start of year 11, and I was keeping up with it, and I dropped 20 kilograms or something like that.
Yeah,
And the worst part is, it's like I let myself go at that point, never got back on track. Every time I did, it's the first 2 3 weeks that are the most treacherous because it's you can't. It's really hard because like when you're on a calorie deficit like I am, like I'm a big guy. I'm not afraid to talk. I'm a big guy, but and
I
then
think you gotta be
I'm
open with it, bro.
I'm working towards like I said this to one of my flatmates,
Yeah,
one of my mates who's also going to gym. I was like, I will accept that I'm never going to be slim. I'm never going to be a skinny kid. That's literally
nah.
impossible.
But if you
But
be a
I don't.
built, bulky
But
guy,
I'm gonna. Yeah,
almost.
exactly. I've accepted the fact that I'm never gonna be like a skinny you. But I can. I want to turn like my fat into muscle. Like I don't desire to be like tiny. Like I don't want to like be slim and stuff. Like I just would rather be big but more appealing and more healthy.
Yeah, of course. I think,
With this like diet plan thingy, I'll just finish my
yeah,
point quickly.
of
With like
course,
this
bro.
diet thing, right? An advice to everyone is like literally the most important part of the whole thing is the first 2 3 weeks. It's the
Oh yeah,
hardest thing. I'm
it's
I'm
a
at
different lifestyle.
like a recommended amount. Like how many calories would you say you eat a day?
About just around 2,000 or so.
Yeah, so you're at that's like an average normal amount for a male. That's a healthy normal amount.
Yeah, I'll break down my diet
That's
after you've
that's how
finished
much
your
you
course.
should
Oh, for
eat.
me, oh, bro, for me, my maintenance is about 3,300 or so,
Yeah.
and I probably eat between 2,000 to 2,500, depending. Like, I don't
So
actually count my calories, to be fair. I go with how I
yeah, well
feel.
you don't have to. So, but it's like in my case, it's like say like a normal is around 2,000.
Yeah,
I'll eat around that a day. That's why I'm like not getting fatter, but I'm not getting slimmer. And literally, the most important part in getting slimmer is getting into a calorie deficit. And this calorie deficit, the plan I have right now is a 1,200 calorie plan. So I'm in an 800 calorie deficit.
damn.
So
And going
it's
gym as well, it probably
yeah,
increases
that's
that
another
by at least
thing.
another 5 to
Exactly. So it's like
750.
the results will be hopefully will be good, but it's just about having a strong mental because I've going back on this diet plan about 5 times. Because the hardest part is the first 2 weeks because it's like you want to eat so bad. You like you're literally like sometimes it's calm because it's like sometimes I won't feel that hungry, but some days you just like is like just eating like inside of you. It's just like it'd be so easy just to go to the shop right now and buy like a ready meal, like a pack of crisps or something.
Oh, bro, like
It's just that's the most important part.
exactly. I've really adopted this like mindset now in life is it's easier to give up than it is to keep going. And that for me is just enough motivation to keep going because I know people that know it's easy to give up will always give up.
Yep.
And I just like this is what I treat for like anything now. Like even this YouTube channel and stuff. There could be days where we're just like, oh, I don't want to make a YouTube video. Had a long day at uni, had a long day at work, whatever. But you gotta realize like your dreams won't work unless you work for them or like
Right.
put the work in. And that's not to say things are gonna happen overnight because it it takes people like 10 years to become an overnight sensation,
Yep.
and people think that it does happen overnight, and I guess there are people like people that make music and stuff, they do become sensations overnight, and that's just that's like a unicorn behavior, if that makes sense. Like the average person is gonna have to put in 1,000 hours, 10,000 hours to even get anywhere.
That was big facts.
Because in school we were like said about you got to
Oh
put in
yeah.
10,000 hours to be uh
A
expert,
master or something.
yeah,
Oh
or like
yeah.
a master in your field or whatever. And obviously that doesn't work out for everyone because there's people that have got more than 10,000 hours in their jobs at retail. They might be really good at their jobs and they work hard, but they're not at the top of their field because they could become managers or whatever. You know what I mean? Like people got to put it into something worthwhile rather than just wasting it.
Yeah, exactly. That's fact.
Because obviously, like life is short, right? And think about we've had 18, almost 19 years of our life,
Yeah.
and we're just about now getting into that point where we're going into the specific fields that we want to progress and be like top of our fields. If that makes sense. So it could be like senior or directors or associates, for example.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
like for me, that's something that I've just realized over the past few weeks, like just having time with like you and the guys, like since you've been back and just whatever, like it's just about making life the best you can be.
That's facts.
So
Yeah.
one, this is like a little plug for the other YouTube channel videos. Um, like obviously I told Casper about this, but we've created like this whole different playlist or whatever subsection of our channel which is like TLC for with TLC.
You saw
So
Casa, yeah.
Casper, yeah. So
So I got used to that school.
so what I decided was like, for me, I'm really forward for personal development and growth and
Mm.
being like a better person. So we we decided, oh, TLC with TLC, so tender loving care with the life costs, so kind of like play on words or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's the thing where we can upload videos of like personal tips, or like a little 5 to 10 minute video where we could give one person possible like life-changing advice. And obviously in the YouTube videos, like the podcast, I would hope that we'd give people insight or like a bit of an idea so they can benefit their own lives. But it'd be more of like a manageable video.
Yeah, no, that's that's fair. And I saw you. Yeah, that was good. I watched it. It's a really good video, so you
Yeah,
guys
you
should
know,
check it out.
yeah, exactly. Like, could just pop it up now. But just like there's so many ways that this channel can grow and progress, and we literally talk about it quite a lot now, and we have so many kind of like, you know what I mean? We have like so much ideas of ways
Yeah, we
to
have many avenues
progress.
to go down.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just,
I feel like YouTube might be one of the hardest social
I think so too. It's like
because you
it's
need to actually put effort into to
mm,
like
it's
to
hard to
grow it.
break into, man,
Yeah, it really is.
because there's so much like faucets that you can fill into, and it's just like there's two ways about going with it, like going with YouTube. It's either you go really niche and really narrow and you focus. So like on my recommended video, there's this guy that has like ant farms in his house and stuff, and I've been watching the videos and they're fucking incredible. Like I started watching them at Mel's house, right? Or you can do what like we're trying to do, and it's like arbitrage everything. So we're making podcasts and making gaming content, which is yet to come out, but obviously we just need to. We're having like a gaming session after this video actually,
Yeah, we need to actually get the gaming like
because
footage.
obviously I can save the clips, you can save your own clips, and we
Yeah,
can literally do playthroughs on our own on this channel and use it as like a hub. So one thing I told Casper is I really would love to make a Need for Speed Most Wanted
yeah, that'll
walkthrough,
be banging, bro. I'd watch that.
because bro, I would watch it myself and I'm playing it. Like
Hmm.
I I've got the game all set up and stuff, but it might be worth me recording my face with like my phone or something, for example, so I could just overlay the footage, or I can just get a webcam and do it that way, which is probably the smarter way to go about it.
Yeah,
But
yeah, that'll be
obviously,
pretty good.
with time comes progression, and probably this or next month I'll actually buy a little webcam just to
Yeah,
do that, and then
as
eventually we
long
can.
as as long as we keep like I really don't mind investing as
Yeah,
long as we
exactly.
do like we see progression and stuff.
Mm.
Like how many
Because
fucking YouTube channels have we like respectively tried?
yeah, true.
I've definitely like made big
I
on Multifrog Mapper and Gaming with 82 subscribers.
it's like my Luke Stoneman one. I tried to diversify it into personal finance and business related content for the UK, which is something that there's only 1 to 2 really major channels that do it, and like yeah, the video's got like good views or kind of good views, whatever. But I think I don't know. It's just when it's a one-man show, it's much harder. But when you have someone that's
Yeah,
also passionate about the same
yeah,
things
you
in
can
life,
like bounce off ideas. Like
yeah, exactly. Like
it's
we
important.
talked about making this podcast again for so long, or like making the channel and just you know,
Just reviving it because it was
yeah,
like it was a passion of ours. Like I really never, literally never really like. It was weird because it's like my passion for podcasts came at a really weird like time for myself.
mm.
Never liked podcasts because I never thought the idea of two people talking could be entertaining or a
Oh,
couple people.
yeah, no, I
Like
know what you're saying.
I never saw the appeal. And then I just started listening to a couple podcasts and I just like podcasts and I was like it's something I'm really passionate about now. It's like
Yeah,
it's really funny because it's like nowadays if there's a possibility, if there's like a but I'm like I can't really listen to podcasts much without like I feel like I need a connection to the podcast almost. I don't know.
yeah,
It's like
Yeah, and
I
no,
only
it
listen to certain
has to be
podcasts.
like relatable or something
Yeah.
that you could just
So
like
pretty much
feed
the
back.
only like I have like 5 podcasts on loop, and I listen to all of the or 6 maybe. Like I
All
listen
right,
to all of them. Like
okay, it is the Eavesdrop podcast one,
yeah.
Joe Rogan maybe for some of his content.
I won't lie to you. I don't listen to all of them, but I'll listen to the
Nah,
people like
same. You know what?
I wanted
You know what I
to.
did? I did the inevitable and I just clicked a random video of Joe. Like I was like, oh, I
Yeah.
just want to watch one of his videos, like with a random person, and it was a guy talking about the cartel in
Yeah.
Mexico and like how it all works out. And I was like, if I didn't click this video, I wouldn't have a single fucking clue what's happening in Mexico right now. And when I finished that video, I was like, if I didn't watch this video, I would have been like, when something happens in Mexico and it pops off, I'd been like, how the fuck did this happen? But now I know, like,
Yeah, I
if
guess
it
that's like
happens,
Joe Rogan definitely is someone that I need to start listening to more because I feel like do you know why I feel like I don't listen to him a lot is because I don't is this podcast on Spotify? Can you listen to this podcast on
I
Spotify? I don't
believe
think so,
so.
can
I
you?
don't know.
Because when I type in Joe Rogan, I mean it comes up with the Joe Rogan Experience. Oh no, it is. Oh no, really? There's
I
only
don't know.
64 episodes, so
Yeah, he's on like 1,400 or something
yeah.
or other right now, and I mean that is a
I mean this
lot.
is called the Joe Rogan Experience. Oh, this is like a post. So it's like people talking about Joe Rogan's podcast. So I don't
Oh,
think you can actually get it on Spotify,
hmm.
and that's a big maybe I don't know maybe he like does it on other platforms. I don't know if you know, but I don't know if you know any other platforms that like, I can listen to on the go. But like I, I don't really listen to podcasts at home. Only if I'm doing like a mundane task or something.
Yeah,
But I'm a massive fan of listening to podcasts on the go now.
that's something I kind of need to do.
Yeah, I'm more I'm more of a like on like when I'm walking somewhere or something like that. So yeah, the 5 that I pretty much listen to is Eavesdrop, obviously.
Yeah.
I listen to a lot of the True Geordie podcasts as well.
Oh, that
Um,
that is a top one for me as well.
Obviously whenever the Courage and Nature show comes out, I listen to
That
that.
is self-made.
Self Made as well, and I have two mates Happy Hour.
Yeah, that is very good.
That's a bit of a different one because I feel like that one is more of like all the other ones I've mentioned are like quite professional,
Yeah,
whereas this one obviously is like professionally done, but it's like that's the dynamic I love, and that's the dynamic I want with like when it's me and you. Because like one of my favorite podcast episodes to record was the one with Jan, and that was
okay.
because we just had fun and we just
Yes.
like pissed about,
I didn't even
and
remember we
like on
made a video with Jan. It must
we
have been
did
that long.
we had like an over an hour long
Yeah,
podcast with him.
damn.
It was I think our longest podcast was an hour and 17 minutes. Yeah, so like the Jackmate one is like they're just like friends that like just piss about and just like tell jokes,
Yeah,
and like they have a lot of good podcasts, like a lot of good guests and stuff as well.
yeah,
Like sometimes that's like a podcast where I'm just like that's like a podcast where I think it's like listening to just it's like me engaging in a convo with my mates and just having bants.
yeah.
And the other one I listen to is the podcast Minimums and Randolph, the What's Good podcast. And
That is
that one
really good, you know.
I just
I
listen to
could,
that. Like the topics and stuff. I feel like they're on a kind of similar as we are. We're just getting into the podcast kind of stuff.
yeah.
Like we're getting our ropes around it. But like I listen to that podcast for the personalities.
That's what you need. Like, I don't know about you, but when I'm listening to a podcast, it's like, um, can I escape into like their world and then learn from them? If
Yeah.
that makes sense. Like, so if I listen to like a business podcast or like, a property podcast, and if I can just get one single gem from that video, I like,
Yeah.
then it's like so valuable to me, and I'll take that for what it is. But
Hmm.
um, if I can't, that's fair enough. But I can also like watch a podcast to be entertained, and that's something that's valuable to me as well. I just want to be able to be at work and just listen to people and just, you know, just escape really.
Yeah. So like if you gave me a random like podcast person, like I probably wouldn't really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like I need to like really with the podcast. That's why it's kind of like I get like I need to try and find more because like I just run out and just like I'm really enjoying it, like podcasts on the go like a lot more than even I'd say music, which is
Yeah.
a bit mad because it's like music was always my go-to. Like
One
obviously
sec,
you
bro.
like walk down the road.
Just keep
Yeah,
going with the pod.
yeah. Well, obviously you like walk down the road and you want to listen to music and stuff, and like usually you're just like listen to chat. Right, I'm gonna mute your phone. Sorry guys. Yeah. The same music. Yeah, like usually you go and like listen to your music, but like in this case it's like I'm walking down this street, like I might as well just keep like diversifying my knowledge, I guess. Like it's just a lot of waffle, but it's like if you listen to like you'll find out like one thing or another, and you'll be like, oh wow, that's cool. Like at least you spent something with your time. And there's another thing you can do. Oh god, I can't speak by myself for too long. Oh, I can't do it. Yeah. Uh, what? My bad, lads. This is shambles. Um, we move. I'm joking. What am I talking about? What's wrong with me? This is so much waffle. I've lost my I fucking lost my train of thought. I was talking about podcasts. Audiobooks. Another thing I want to do is like listen to audiobooks. Um, bruv, Luke. Come back, bruv. I need someone to talk to. I'm just waffling to myself. Um, yeah, audiobooks are a thing where like it's like podcasts, but like I feel like they'll be good, but you need to like focus quite a lot. Like I really wanted to listen to like audiobooks for like Game of Thrones, um could do The Witcher, like the first season. I've been quite interested by the lore. Be quite nice to, but like I feel like as cliche as it sounds, a century person to say, I feel like I just don't have not the time to read books. But it's like I'm at uni and I'm not really doing anything. So there you go. No, I'm not like uni and I've got uni work to do and I've got to get 2 lectures, back from lectures, sit in lectures. I don't have the time to like reading a book is like the longest form of entertainment that probably is. It's like it takes like a good book could take you like weeks to finish a good book and it's like I'm reading for my enjoyment, but if I wanna like get on like that's like why movie adaptations don't of books don't do as well as the books themselves because like you read a book and I understand like I've one of my favorite books is the Dan Brown series of books and the Dan Brown series of Robert Langdon absolute banging books like that like there's not many books that have gassed me in life but that series banger especially Da Vinci Code that's probably my favorite book but Angels and Demons is okay as well. I always forget the name of one of them, and Inferno is okay as well. But definitely Da Vinci Code and Angels and Demons is a book that you guys should definitely read because even if you don't, it's heavily based on like religion and stuff, and like you don't have to believe in it to like understand the masterpiece of the book. Like especially the Da Vinci Code, how it talks about the lineage of Jesus and stuff and like the Holy Grail and all of that shit. It's all pretty like fascinating. Like don't get me wrong, it's like it's fiction, so it's like real places, real people. Well, not real people, but real places. Um, so like a lot of it, like quite it happens in London in Temple, the place Temple, where that old ass temple is by the name. Funnily enough, yeah, the like, ties to real law and like religion and stuff, but it also makes up a lot of it, and it's just interesting like how Dan Brown can like think and then transform it into a book that's so good. So yeah, that's definitely a book I recommend you guys reading. It's a banger. Like if you like the series, then you could keep going on that. Yeah, but I really wanted to listen to audiobooks and shit like that because obviously Game of Thrones is a touchy subject because you go from like just an absolute banging 6, 7 seasons of a show where you have the books to like back it up, and that's like because it's like Game of Thrones is an adaptation of a book, but it's not. It's like Game of Thrones is Game of Thrones, and the book series isn't just Song of Ice and Fire, obviously. So it's like they don't keep they're not parallel. These books aren't parallel to each other. They don't like run the same way. They don't have the exact same story, but they follow obviously like 98% of the lore. It's like same characters, same settings, same everything. So like I wanted to listen to the audiobooks of them to like deepen the lore of the show. And the show was fantastic. Until obviously you guys know our opinions on Game of Thrones. Um, we made a whole episode by episode breakdown series of it. It was the new season was absolutely dreadful. Um, but we all know that the ending they did such a massive injustice to the series. I don't trust the directors anymore. They were meant to do the new Star Wars, but they didn't in the end. Thank fuck for that. Um, Star Wars another fuckery. It's just a lot of fuckeries. That was all in 2019 though. We can leave that shit in the past and put that shit in 2020 because that's the gang shit. But, um, I'm really getting tired of talking about myself. Yeah, situation right now. Yeah, obviously we talked about. Oh yeah, audiobooks. Yeah, Game of Thrones definitely one. Um, yeah, I don't really know like what kind of like books. They don't really ever like speak to me in like a way of like they're a good way to like find out information. And obviously, me being a uni, I've had to read like quite a lot of books on like psychology and stuff. Um, to do like my research and shit or whatnot. Like they're interesting for like research, but they're definitely like not interesting for a. I mean, if you're an absolute crackhead and like just want
If that
to,
wasn't life cost material, I don't know.
bro, I had like there was like a 30-second period of me going, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Alright, I had a knock at the door for the committee at my like at where I live, like the estate, because they were planning building to add new blocks and shit or whatever,
Oh,
and that just creates so much more problems. Like more parking, need the roads to be redone. They need to like make it into like a building construction zone, whatever, which will take like 2 to 5 years, they say, like estimate. And everyone's petitioning against it because obviously it's just a fucking bad idea by the council. Just make a new council estate somewhere else, please. Thank you. Uh, so they were just sign. I needed to like sign on it. So like
oh,
I looked out, like the peephole in the door. I was like, bro, there's someone on the floor. I'm pretty sure I could see, like made out of, and I thought someone got stabbed.
oh no.
Oh, but nah, sorry about that.
I was waffling. I just
Well,
waffled about books. That was good.
if you guys like Quasper's waffle,
Leave a thumbs
leave a
up.
like. But yeah, sorry. What was he talking about? Because I literally had
Before
to
you
run back and
before you
forth.
left, we were talking about podcasts.
Oh yeah, I think we should move on from that. Sorry.
Yes. Especially that I just books and audiobooks for about 5 minutes. My brain is fried from talking to myself.
But I
Have you
think
ever tried talking to yourself for 5 minutes straight
nah, it's very weird.
without
I
stopping?
mean, I've done it in YouTube videos, like my own channel, but it's just weird.
Yeah.
I think to tail this video off, really, should we kind of head in that direction?
Yes. This video definitely had no direction, but that's
I
what
think
our
that's
podcasts
what a
are. So you
podcast
better
is.
fucking
It's a
enjoy
chat.
it. Yeah.
Um, one thing I want to talk about though is just before we go, is the content that we're going to be producing is only going to get better, and
Of
it's only
course.
going to get like more diversified, so we can make gaming content, or like once Casper's fully settled back in uni and like got his like schedule and shit sorted, and he's got whatever, he can make content for gaming, or he can just do a sit down and talk, whatever, like we can both do content. Like
Yep.
right now I just like render and edit all the videos, like it's not a problem. I don't care at all. But once Casper's like got his shit set up, and it's like we increased the capacity of the channel by like 2 times already, because he can make whatever he wants to. Then we come together pretty much every day,
Yep.
and we just make fun shit. So yeah, I think we should just bring this video to an end, bro. This podcast's been quite good before I had to cut.
Yeah. Until I start fucking waffling. I waffled about books. I waffled about Game of Thrones. I waffled about. Yeah. Good. Yeah.
So
It was
yeah,
good.
I think
Anyway. Um.
I think
Yeah.
yeah,
We should wrap this video up.
I think we should wrap this video up because
Yep. So
yeah,
thank you guys. Make sure to like, subscribe. Don't yawn because I'll yawn. Um. Fuck
maybe
off.
on.
Yes. Yeah. So leave a thumbs up if you just yawned. Indeed. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Thumbs up, like, subscribe, ding dong the notification bell, subscribe, all of the good stuff. Watch out for new content coming soon.
Luke, bring in
I'm
Wet
about to
Lowy
be.
music right now. Yeet.
Jeez, love post production from our
Post
favorite editor.
production.
Love that.
Yeet.
Anyway,
That has
thank
been
you
the
guys for watching.
Lifecast.
Yep. Peace.